Hello out there, all you lovely people. My name is Gunnar Clovis, and today I would like to play Maskformer. This was made for the Weekly Game Jam 131 by Noel Oskar. Noel Oskar left a very lovely comment on my Spellslinger video, which was from the same Weekly Game Jam 131. Here they're Noel Jessic, forgive my pronunciation, and they left a very lovely comment. And so anytime someone tells me that they made a game, I want to play it. So here we have Maskformer, made for 131. I have downloaded the version 1.1, which seems to only have some very basic changes from the Jam version, so we'll just go with that. So I like the name Maskformer. I do actually quite like that. But let's actually check out Noel. Okay, so this appears to be their first itch.io game. I don't know if it's their first game in general ever, but appears that way, at least their first game on itch. The itch pages for both the account and the game are just the default white. I really suggest you change that up. You can go and whenever you're editing your own page or anything, you can hit edit theme, and then you can set the colors, as you can see here, and then you can do more complicated stuff later on. Like I have some CSS stuff going on, but just setting the colors does so much, and you can do way more, far better than my own page. Most people's pages I see are a lot better than mine, doing great stuff with GIFs and animations and yeah, but seriously, just changing colors adds so much. You can just look up a nice color palette or go to coolers.co. And here you can generate an infinite number of nice color palettes for your game pages or your account. Yeah, really lovely. Super suggest that. You can also add some other details, put some text about yourself, put links to your social media. It actually did look like they had a YouTube channel, perhaps, by how the account was looking on the YouTube, but I already closed that. Oops. Alright, but here we go. We have Maskformer, created for week 131 of Weekly Game Jam. Special thanks to David Gruska. Forgive my pronunciation. It could be David, but I know David is a name too, so whatever. This is a 2D pixel art Unity game, really cool. Also, yeah, put some more information on this page, especially when you have a downloadable game only. As you're using Unity, I cannot recommend enough that you export to WebGL. That is just a free download within Unity. It's really no work. It seems intimidating. I know it's intimidating for me too, but it's a lot easier than you think. And once you have that, you just export your games in Unity into WebGL instead of Windows. This makes them playable anywhere, just in the browser. It reduces the steps, lowers the barrier to entry. In my experience, it literally improves your amount of itch.io plays by like 20 times. It's a huge difference, especially over time. Cannot recommend doing that enough for basically every game you do, at least all jam games you do that are in an engine like Unity or GameMaker that supports easy export to HTML5 or WebGL. Really recommend that. But without that, because sometimes you can't do that for whatever reason, the game is too big. 3D games often are not a great idea for WebGL just because they take too much processing and file size. Whenever you have a download-only game, give more information, put some images up, put a bunch of screenshots, explain the game, which you should do regardless. Explain the game, what it is, what it plays like, what its controls are, all that kind of stuff. Controls is most important to highlight in the WebGL version, but controls should always be pretty clear from within the game itself too. But alright, without further ado, let's play Maskformer. You do have a custom icon here, which is really good. Always recommend doing that, and that's actually a pretty nice icon. Just reusing this. I don't know if that's a player sprite or an enemy sprite. It's a good sprite regardless. I like it. It's very simple. I do think it's a nice color. And yeah, whenever you have colors in your game, just copy those over and use them as your game page color scheme. Really recommend doing that. But yeah, let's fire it up. Ooh, looks like there's a little bit of pressing. Okay, I like it. Alright, a lot of stuff happening here. So maybe I'm crazy, but it seemed like there's kind of a press in on that transition, like the stars were getting closer, which is a really simple trick that's easy to do, but really fantastic. Either like expanding the scene or moving the particles or making the camera push in. However that was done, a lot of ways to do it, but really good thing. That's something I should be doing as well. And this is a nice main menu. Always good to have a main menu. I like this little simple human boy animation. It's just kind of bobbing up and down with the legs. Honestly, that's super charming. I really like it. And yeah, wow, I'm actually very impressed here. You have your name made by Noel Oskar, and contact email. Those are a little hard to read. Like I really have to struggle to read that contact email. So try and make sure that your colors on text like this, just in general, but especially on text, is very contrasting. You are using outlines on the colors, which is great. You should always do that, pretty much. And here it works rather well. The Maskformer, that white really contrasts with the orange background, and it has a nice, thick, meaty black outline around each letter. Makes it very readable. Really good title right there. You have the same thing over here where it's white text with a black outline, but it's too thin, and so it actually the black outline is making it worse. It's even harder to read, but really not a big deal. Something to consider. I really like this. This is sand art as well. It's very nice. And yeah, and I really love this background. Wow, that's a gorgeous background. Really nice orange, really great color palette, frankly. And the kind of fade out, I don't want to say fade in, but the layering of these like clouds or fog, smoke, whatever it is in the distance, giving this sense of depth. That's really good, really smart move. I like it quite a lot. And yeah, and I do want to say just right off the bat before I even start playing proper, this is great. This looks really good, especially for a weekly Game Jam game. So yeah, take some screenshots of this. Always, if you spend a lot of work and effort making a pretty game like this, take screenshots of it and put it on the edge so that people know what the game looks like. Because otherwise, it's just a total, we have no idea downloading that RAR file. And the music is also very good too. I don't know if you made the music yourself or if someone else made the music or you got it somewhere. That wasn't identified on the page, which probably should be. But it's really nice. It's very atmospheric. I'm not hearing a loop. It's if it has looped already, which I assume it has because I've been talking for a while, then it's seamless, which is perfect. Cool. And then we have start settings and exit desktop. That's perfect. Yeah, you always want a quit button, at least when you have a non-WebGL HTML5 game. Always want that. Escape does not close the game, but that's all right, because you have that button. We have the settings, and on all of these buttons, there's reactivity, which is good. It's very simple, where it's just the changing from this nice kind of, it's not cyan, but this nice greenish blue. Turquoise. Yeah, I think that's a turquoise. Changing from the turquoise to green as the mouse hovers over. That's really nice. Really nice. Always do stuff like that. And here we go. Oh, this is a really robust settings page. I can change the music volume and the effects volume, but you notice something that's happening there. See, that's the max volume for the music. Oh. And then if I lower down to halfway, it's like silent for me. That might not come up the same way in the footage, but that is a very, very common problem when you're working with decibels and gain in audio files, because it doesn't work exactly like we expect it to. It's not like a one-to-one correlation with the numbers, because gain, if I remember correctly, which I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, gain works on a logarithmic scale. So it changes almost exponentially. It's a logarithm. It's like how earthquakes work. That like I forget the terminology, but like the class 2 earthquake and a class 3 earthquake, it's not like one increment. Like a class 3 earthquake is 10 times worse than a class 2 earthquake, and so on in either direction. So that's a very common problem. You can fix it. It's not a big deal, though. It's really not. The fact that you have volume controls at all, and they're independent for the sound effects and the music, that is fantastic. It's more than I do in most of my games. something everyone should be striving towards. It's really good. Really, really good. And you have this resolution thing with this drop down, which is really nice. It's very effective. Perfect. I kind of don't want to do it. All right, but yeah, it works. Oh, and I don't even have to reset, reopen the program. That's good. Yeah, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And we can toggle full screen. Absolutely awesome. Oh, and yeah, the game was started in full screen. I didn't even mention that because it did, because that should just always happen. Your game should always start in full screen. It makes it look very professional. Yeah, this game looks really, really professional. But I'm sorry, I'm just gushing all over this thing. But let's start. Okay, wow, there's a lot of depth to this. So we have like 3 islands going in an arrow order, and the later 2 are locked. The made by and contact email stays up. That's interesting. So I'm gonna click that. Ooh. Alright, so it's a platformer. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the itch page did not specify any controls, but the controls are obvious enough that I could figure it out. So I tried WASD first. That got me to move left and right. Arrow keys also seem to work. And pressing W or up arrow don't do anything but spacebar jumps. And while I would recommend making like W and arrow up jump as well, just for the option. You already have at least 2 options. Maybe there's more hidden. ZQSD, IGKL don't seem to work. But yeah, WSD and arrow keys, that's what you should always be doing. And spacebar is common enough that it's okay. It totally works. So this is a different music track. It's beautiful. And oh my god, the same orange background is nice. The little guy animation is really simple. And like minimum effort, minimum work, but I like it. I like it quite a lot, actually. It's very charming, and that kind of simple animation is kind of perfect for game jams. It's really nice, interesting, and I can hold down the space bar and I'll just keep jumping. All right, yeah, some games work like that. Oh, okay. This is a Mask of Resurrection. When you die, it'll bring you back to live. Who would guess? Okay, so I don't know what these... So that appears when I hop over here. I don't know what these are. These little black... Oh, no, it's like a thought bubble. Gotcha. Okay. The sign has like little thought bubble lines. Okay. Alright, so I'm going over the mask. Nothing's happening, so I assume I need to pick it up somehow. I'm just... no key was specified, so I'm just going to try everything. E is not working. E is a pretty standard interact key. ZX is not doing anything. Just going to run across the keyboard. Alright, does not seem like I can pick this up at all. So maybe it's just like a checkpoint, but it didn't react to me crossing it in the slightest. And now no, and Noel can clearly do that with, you know, the sign and the fact that everything is really well done and really professional. I love how the Mask of Resurrection is slowly bobbing up and down, and that seems to be a nice tween animation. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, I can't seem to interact with this. It's not reacting to me. I can't pick it up. And by the name of Mask of Resurrection, it sounds like I should pick it up, right? You put on a mask. A mask is not like a checkpoint, so let's just die. I died. Alright, I guess it is just a checkpoint. Maybe it wasn't bobbing until I crossed it. That was the reaction. I don't know. But I actually want to die again because that was really pretty. So when I died, a lot of cool stuff happened. So good sound effect. Really nice sound effect there. And the player does a little spin tween animation. That's really cool. And then the black screen comes over the top with the menu and red text. That is really nice. The sound effect is what really carries that, but everything about that is really, really professional but achievable with how... man. Yeah, with that, how the black screen fills down, nice sound effect, and then, you know, the game has a restart mechanic built in. That's perfect. This is very, very well done. Alright, I just need to make this short hop. There we go. Okay, there I picked something up, and it tells me to press 2. Okay, it reacted to me crossing it. Just didn't react a ton. It was just like a one-time particle effect. Okay. Alright, so I press 2 and I put on the helmet. I can't take it off. Or no, I can take it off with a 1. Alright, cool. So I'll be picking up additional helmets. That's really awesome. And this clearly makes me move faster. Hell yeah. This ancient mask sacrifices your ability to jump for the ability to run faster. If you want to jump, you have to unequip it. Very cool. That's good. Yeah. Making me choose between stuff, it would be really sucky if I just equipped the mask and it was a straight buff, because then there's no choice. Go. Very cool. I like this a lot. This is very well done. And there's a little one-way platform. Very cool. Everything is working perfectly, by the way. There's no bugs. And this is just a weekly Game Jam game, and the first game published on itch for this account. But judging by the quality of this game, I very much doubt this is Noel's first game, because this is very, very well done. You can equip the Mask of Speed in air to jump through bigger gaps. Ooh, very cool. I kind of wish that's the kind of thing I don't know. I generally like my games to be harder, like thinking-wise. I kind of wish that it didn't tell me that, so I just had to get stuck here, that I couldn't go backwards, which seems to be the case. Although it seems like I almost can, and I wish it was a bit higher of a ledge, just like the intro drop, so that I clearly could not get back up and had to progress, and then just had to kind of figure out that I need to jump and press 2, because that's a pretty simple mechanic. Those are like the only 2 mechanics I've learned so far. So I kind of wish the player could figure that out for themselves, but whatever. And I'm just rambling. That works very well. Also wish I didn't have to manually press respawn when I die. I wish I could press R right now. That doesn't do anything, or press space, enter, something else, because my hand is on the keyboard, right? What I'm doing is I'm using my right hand for the arrow keys to move back and forth. I'm using my left hand to jump and manage the masks. And so I don't want to move my hand back to the mouse off the keyboard to press respawn. That rather sucks. There we go. Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, that makes the game... Oh, crap. Makes the game a lot slower. And it doesn't need to be. Yeah, if you just make R restart pretty much at any time. Like, I should just be able to hit R here and restart in case the game happens to bug out in any way, which hopefully would never happen. According to playtesting, it probably didn't happen. But still, just a nice thing to have. And yeah, making it so I don't have to pick up my hand to open the mouse. Pick up my hand to hold the mouse to click respawn. That just shouldn't happen. There we go. Okay, thank goodness. So yeah, very simple mechanics, but works very well. Yeah, that was really nice. Awesome. And yeah, same thing. Particle effects are used. I think there could be more particle effects, especially because you've proven that you can use them perfectly competently. So yeah, just put more particle effects everywhere. Put particle effects when you jump, when you land, even when you like move if you wanted. Experiment with that. Particle effects are like the easiest way to make your game just better. So yeah, the level completed fell down just like the game over. Very cool. I kind of wish it came up from like a different way. Maybe it came up from the bottom, so that was contrasting with the death screen. But maybe I'm just being silly with that. So you play next level. Well, actually, I kind of want to go to the main menu. I can seppuku, exit the main menu. Yeah, I just want to go main menu so I could see. Yeah, the second island, second level is unlocked. And I don't know, is that what the mask looked like? Huh. Alright, so yeah, I have the speed mask, that's good, but now I'm in space. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, that's too fast for my own good. Oh my goodness, what? Oh, that's a bug, okay. Yeah, see, I hit respawn and I spawned with the mask on, but I had normal walking physics, so I had to toggle it on and off. Or off and on, sorry. Go, go, go! Ow, man! Okay, I guess I need to stand in the middle. Oh, that's rough. Okay, at least the hitboxes are fairly forgiving there, as they should be. Whew. It sounds like maybe there was a sound effect for activating the respawn mask, but I think it could be more pronounced. I think the whole effect of activating it should be more pronounced. You could set the color grading so that it had like a grayed out effect when it was inactive. Just so it was very clear which mask was active and when it was activated, because that's important. There we go. Oh man, ah. Goodness. I still love the death sound effect and death animation. It's good. It's very good. Ooh, that was close. Okay. This time. Oh, can I just clear it? I feel like I probably can't. Oh, I can. Alright, I just should have done that from the beginning. Yeah, I like how open this map is in comparison to the other one. My arms are not contrasting enough with the black sky background. They just kind of disappear, you see. Clearly have arms and legs, then they just go away. That doesn't look the best, and it makes it so I can't perfectly judge like when I'm about to hit the ground, and that's important. This mask allows you to escape influence of gravity. Well, maybe not escape, but it makes it weaker. Okay. I like that sound effect. Okay, I can't fall down through there. Also, yeah, there's this terrain right here, I guess. Oh, okay, and it's slightly darker here. Yeah, so right here, that's ground underneath my feet. I can't see my feet because it's too dark in contrast with the background, or lack of contrast. And same thing here, there's like this blue stuff that's almost identical, just slightly darker. That's a background piece. That's not really working. Those colors should be enhanced to be, yeah, far much more contrasting, because I can't really tell what it is. Yeah, I honestly have no clue, and I can barely see it. Okay, so mask, I just assumed 3. And there we go. Just do a nice float. I like it. Very cool. Yeah, I really like these mechanics. They're all just changing your physics properties. So yeah, just changing the influence of gravity. And oh, no. Ah, okay. Changing the influence of gravity, changing your speed attribute. So fairly relatively, oh my goodness, relatively easy to program in a short time as compared to, I don't know, some kind of power-up that fundamentally changed how the game worked. Oh my goodness. So that's good. Yeah, optimizing your development time through your design is a really, really good move, really clever. Oh my god, this one's hard. This one's way harder. And yeah, I should be swapping off so I fall faster. Ah! Ah, goodness gracious. This one is astronomically harder, but there we go. Whew. It's forgiving once I get up in the air, but landing on a tiny platform, that's rough. Right, the music has stopped. Will it loop to something else? It does. Cool. Yeah. Excellent. I feel like that level completed thing could be a little bit more exciting. Maybe not drop the yellow screen so quickly. Have a little particle effect or movement on the player. And yeah, I think that the level completed, that seems to be falling kind of linearly. That should be a nice, juicy tween. But again, this game has far exceeded my expectations, so I'm being very nitpicky now because it's clear that this developer knows what they're doing. Very cool. So yeah, you've changed the background as you did last time with the space, but here we're using that same background of these like layer of clouds, or fog, or whatever you want to call it. Here they're more clearly clouds, but it's the same as is in the desert level, but recolored. So that's really, really good to do. That is minimal effort for a good bang. So just drift over here. All right. This mask reveals things hidden to naked eye. Very good. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, this is a great slow introduction of mechanics. Oh no! Oh no! I thought it would just reveal it so that those platforms always existed there, but just only existed. I could only see them when I had this mask equipped, but apparently they only exist when I have the mask equipped, because yeah, if I turn it off, I just fall immediately. Ooh, okay, that does change things. And actually, I do think that's better design than I thought it was going to be, because if the platforms were just invisible, unless I put this mask on, then I don't really need to use the mask. I can just kind of flip it on to learn what the platforms are and then do it myself. There we go. But yeah, this is good. This is nice. I like it. There we go. It is getting complicated on my left hand trying to manage all the masks. But yeah, this is very good. Very, very good. This mask hides things seen to naked eye. Oh, okay. 2 masks in 1 level now. Very cool. And very good how the introduction of each mask, you're just starting with a very basic challenge and you slowly ramp it up. And with each mask introduced, I don't have to use multiple masks in combination. I just have to use the new mask initially. That's very, very good. Feels like I could try and go through that, but the better way is to go over. Alright, I can't jump. Oh, well. Oh, was I not supposed to go up? It really seemed like I was supposed to go up. Well, that was the better way, but the checkpoint's down there. Alright, I'll finish this path first to see if it leads to the same end. It does not. Okay, it leads to death. Very cool. Alright, so it seems like I'm just going to be infinitely falling here, which is, not ideal. You should always try and have kill boxes on the edge of your levels, especially when you gave me the ability to fly, basically, with the lower gravity. So I think it would be me doing what I did was the more obvious results, but this was made very quickly in a weekly game jam, so certainly no sweat or expectations there. But anytime you make pretty much any kind of game, but especially like a platformer or first-person shooter or anything of that sort, ooh, that was close. Always put a death box around inside your level, like very low, or just make it so, if the player crosses however much Y coordinate or whatever, that the player just dies when they're far outside where the level bound should be. They should always just die immediately. Okay, this one seems much... Oh, there's a green one in the middle. That makes sense. So that's good. Oh, yeah, it's getting very tricky on my hands. Managing all 5 simultaneously while I jumped and moved, that seems like a little too hard, but here we're just... No! Oh my goodness. Just dealing with kind of managing 4 and 5, which is good. The music is still just excellent. The graphics are really nice. Really, really like this game. Oh no! Oh no, it's okay. No, this little death trap, that's the first time we've seen a non-platform be affected by the mask. So I think that could be shown a little earlier or foreshadowed a little more. And I certainly did not see that coming. There we go. Alright, there we go. Excellent. I completed the game. Cool. So yeah, very short, but honestly, it's not that short for a weekly Game Jam game. For a weekly Game Jam game, this is very, very good. I really rather like it. I love the music, love the graphics. Honestly, I really like the gameplay. All around, this is very nice. I just have some small, suggestions and tweaks, but they're all super minor, like improving the font here, maybe make it bigger, or just otherwise change the colors. You could also space it out a little bit more. Jessica is just running right up into the edge. Maybe add a space to the right and below, so that it's just a little clearer. And yeah, I think in this case, maybe just make it all pure black and see how that looks. That would probably be a lot more readable. But that's such a minor thing. This game is really fully featured. It has resolution and full screen options. It starts in full screen. It has great volume options. It has 3 full levels. Each level is decently long. They're not buggy. They have good mechanics. They have 5 different states with 4 different masks. Really, really cool. This is a big success, I think. I really, really liked Maskformer here. I just wish... this is my biggest gripe by far. I wish this itch page sold how good this game was, because this itch page doesn't. This itch page does not project anything about the game. It doesn't even say controls, doesn't have description of the game. It has typos, it has default itch IO colors. When you have great art assets within the game, you have a great color palette, you can just copy over that color palette or copy over the art assets. Use that beautiful background with the orange sky and the layer of clouds. Put that as the page background. That would improve it so much. In fact, that is let me open up my most recent game, which is not finished. I don't even really want to call it a game, but here you can see that I have this little just simple checkerboard background, because this is a grid-based game. It's supposed to be a Conway's Game of Life game, but it's currently buggy. I'll be fixing it soon. And I use this as the background of the page. In this case, I'm actually making it scroll, but when you edit theme, you upload an image as the background. You can set it to fixed, and I think that's what you're going to want to do in this case, because then as the page info scrolls, the background stays the same. So I imagine just using that same beautiful orange background as the background image here and set it to fixed. I don't want that for this page, but normally I do set my background images to fixed. And yeah, just do that. Sell this game, because this game is really, really good. But I don't expect to get a ton of play. Weekly Game Jam's a pretty good community. They tend to play the games a fair amount. Now, okay, this one has no comments either on the jam page or the main page. I don't expect it had a lot of plays, and it really deserved plays, but it makes sense why it didn't get a lot of plays, because this page doesn't say anything about it. From how barren this is, it makes me think that it is just a super simple, broken, I don't want to say asset flip, but a very simple game. And this is a very complex game, and it's a very, very well-made game. I'm genuinely stunned. I was not expecting it to be that good, that competent. But yeah, here it says a 2D platformer with masks, but I don't even get that information on the main page. You should give tons of information here, change the color palette, do a bunch of screenshots, record a video and a GIF if you can. I mean, you can just use OBS or screen to GIF. It's really easy. So do those things. Do all that stuff, because that is what's going to get your games more. Okay, sorry. Just want to get your games more attention, and this definitely deserves more attention because this is a very, very solid game that you clearly put a lot of work into. So yeah, dude, that's my spiel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Gunnar Clovis. I am a game developer. I play itch.io games here on the series Itchy for Jam. I'm looking to provide feedback and advice, encouragement, and attention to itch.io developers, especially new game developers publishing their first few games on itch or otherwise. But also the series is meant to help everyone. Help me. It helps me quite a lot. But hopefully it helps you, random viewer, that there are great lessons to learn from this game, but also I don't want to say failures because it's a strong word, but yeah, minor failures we can learn from, which are silly stuff like the itch page and the font color. Really easy things to do. It's really not a big deal for the game, but it's stuff we can learn from, both positives and negatives. I hope that's always the case with all of these videos. I hope they're helpful in your game dev journey. If you have any itch.io games you'd like me to play, please drop me a link in the comments. I would love to play them. Really love to play games by new people, especially like brand new game developers. That's my favorite thing in the world. Please remember to love yourself, love those around you, respect each other, and always assume the best of people. If someone said something that offended you or I don't know, you think there's something going on, tell them about it. Don't just stew on it. It really invalidates if you have a negative thing. If you don't like address it, don't just like take somebody aside and ask them about it. You have to be clear and transparent, especially with your feelings. And I really want all of you out there to be happy and successful, and that's so important. Please remember to keep up whatever you're doing, whatever it is you're doing. I assume it's game development if you're watching this video. But if you're doing game development or anything else, keep doing it and do it consistently. If you're a game developer, especially when starting out, I highly recommend you try and make a game once a week, which communities like the Weekly Game Jam are perfect for. If you make a game a week with Weekly Game Jam, or I most often use Try Jam now, anything you can find, that's ideal. You will gain so much confidence, and you can gain a following, be a part of a community. It's the perfect thing to do, so I highly recommend that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and goodbye.